Besides some of the mentioned examples, such as predictive interactive experiences, multi camera video, or replays, especially for arena sports like hockey and basketball, what other creative uses are being developed? Seems like the same concepts have been floating around for a long time.
Yeah, a lot of the same concepts are floating around. One of the things that is holding up some of the concepts is if you're talking about NFL, NBA, NHL, or NASCAR, or any of the ones that have very lucrative broadcast rights. If you're trying to do something with the broadcast, they have different rights for at home and different rights for in the venue. And so it changes things up. And so one of the things that would be a fun unlock that I think people would enjoy is I'm at the game, and Robert, right now, what I'll do is take a selfie and post it, and you can see it. And now we get to enjoy that. And now we're texting with each other, which is a little awkward for me at the venue, et cetera. But if there's ways for us to do a real-time interaction while I'm at the venue, that's great. The hard part is what I get to see in real time, you get 45 seconds later at home. And if I did something in real time with what I have access to video, you don't have the permissions from contract wise to do it. So those are some of the things that'll slow some of the more creative ideas. And I think the more creative ideas are connecting the bragging rights of, like, I'm at the venue and I want you to be able to enjoy some of that with me. You're not here with me, but I'm going to bring you a little bit closer. To do that, you got to get past a couple contracts.
At Next League, who are the various stakeholders that you're working with? And again, where are you educating them more on some stakeholders more on where the strategic advantages might be in this area?
Yeah, like I was highlighting before, the first thing you have to do is figure out where your guardrails are. What can you and can't you do? And that almost always involves the contracts. And the biggest contract of all is the broadcast contract. So when you get past that, now you have an understanding of where you can be creative. And the more you understand the nuance of it, that broadcast contract might only be domestic and international has a different rule, or there might be something that you could do in venue as long as it stays in venue. So you geogate it and things like that. And so what I would say is creativity first starts with knowing where the guardrails is. It's not of anybody's advantage to go in and just be creative for creative sake. It because you'll get far and then someone will find out that it's not possible. And so the first thing that we do is get smart on what their contracts can do. And then that helps the stakeholders know what's possible. And then when that's there, the nice thing is, I think everybody on this panel is continuously saying the technology has lots of capability. There used to be a time where you might say, oh, I can't do that because the technology is the bottleneck. People have invested a tremendous amount in the piping. People have invested a tremendous amount in the venues. I understand that Darcy said some of them that are not the same, or some of them are very large. So a 4 mile track, that sort of thing. Like there's some that are a little more complicated, but for sports in general, they've spent the investment for you to be creative. And really the biggest hindrance is just where you sold your rights.